Lucky Mo was no ordinary pig, and he knew it. He stepped out on the runway. There was a blue ribbon hanging from his neck. Lights flashed all around him. He bowed to the cameraman.
Lucky Mo, magnifico. Black and white, you're quite a sight. All the world shall see you now. Come and take a bow. Here he comes, the best of show. Here's our Lucky Mo. Pigs are pink and pigs are gray, they come in every size. None so proud and debonair as Lucky Mo the prize. Full of confidence and savvy, always stands the test. Furthermore, we can't ignore, he's never second best. Lucky Mo, magnifico. Black and white, you're quite a sight. All the world shall see you now. Come and take a bow. Here he comes, the best of show. Here's our Lucky Mo. Here's our Lucky Mo. Here's our Lucky Mo.
Mo, the runt of the litter, fought with his bigger brother and sister pigs for food and attention. Mo, the champion, took his battle to the stage, becoming a world champion pig. Everyone loved Mo and treated him like a king. But Doc poked and prodded Mo in the most embarrassing places. Mo thought he was being treated like a dog.
I am a champion pig, the greatest of them all. He is the greatest of them all. I deserve the best, the very finest stall. He gets the finest stall. They treat me like a king, they come whene'er I call. They come, they run when he calls. There is only one who doesn't, that's Doc. He treats me like a dog. He treats me like a dog. He treats me like a dog. A dog. I am a champion pig, the greatest of them all. He is the greatest of them all. I deserve the best, the very finest stall. He gets the finest stall. They treat me like a king, they come whene'er I call. They come, they run when he calls. There is only one who doesn't, that's Doc. He treats me like a dog. He treats me like a dog. He treats me like a dog. A dog.
One day, Mo was relaxing in the barnyard with several cute girl piggies. One batted her eyelashes and squealed. Mo turned to see another swing her little pig hams to and fro. One rubbed her little pig snout against Mo. Another pushed her out of the way. Mo trumped away from the scene. He was bored. Ho-hum. Suddenly, Mo fell and let out a cry. Hock pain! All 800 pounds thundered to the ground. Mo couldn't get up without pain, so he lay there and cried. In a few hours, into the barnyard came a man who headed straight for Mo. As he drew closer, Mo's eyes became wider. It's Doc! Mo just wanted to get away. Mo struggled to get up, snorted, and tried to make his getaway.
Here now, old Mo, what's your problem? Let's have a look. If you're going to get better, you got to hold still.
Mo could do nothing but lay there as Doc looked him over.
No pig should be in that much pain, Mo. You may think I treat you like a dog, but you're going to get better.
Doc waved over two farm hands working near the barn.
Over here, boys. Help me get Mo into the truck. He's got to go to the animal hospital.
The men helped Doc roll the pig onto a tarp and lift him into the bed of Doc's huge pickup truck. Luckily, the truck held up under Mo's weight without flattening the tires.
Whew.
It was a long drive before they reached Doc's animal hospital. Once inside, Mo was helped into a hospital pen. Mo snorted with an attitude. He wanted out of there and away from Doc. But Doc knew how important this sick pig could be for his human patients. The next day, he took several tests.
Guess what, Mo? You have joint problems.
Oh, no!
We'll dose you full of minerals and collagen, and you'll be back to your proud self in no time.
Mo looked up at Doc. That's pig language for, "You'll make me well?" Doc understood.
Yes, we'll call it my pig stuff, with all the minerals and vitamins and collagen. Dr. Wallach's pig stuff. Sounds pretty good. We can't have a famous pig like you with joint problems now, can we? If this works, I'll have to try it on my human patients.
As Mo was entering his pen, in walked the cutest girl pig Mo had ever seen.
Well, doggy, what's this?
Who let Betsy into Mo's pen? Betsy, out!
Betsy gave Mo her "come hither if you dare" look. Mo dared. "Come here, little darling," snorfed Mo as he shook his happy jowls. Mo forgot all about his pain as they did the pig prance around the pen.
Hello, Betsy, how are you today? Well, Betsy, would you like to stay? You are so fine, will you be my swine? Swing into the grunter, bump your little bumper, twist into the champion prance. Turn into the Rudy, come on little cutie, you can do the champion prance. Hello Betsy, how are you today? Well Betsy, would you like to stay? You are so fine, will you be my swine? Swing into the grunter, bump your little bumper, twist into the champion prance. Turn into the Rudy, come on little cutie, you can do the champion prance. Swing into the grunter, bump your little bumper, twist into the champion prance. Turn into the Rudy, come on little cutie, you can do the champion prance. You can do the champion prance.
Doc watched their dance and smiled. When they were finished, Betsy was escorted outside, leaving poor Mo behind. Betsy fluttered her eyelashes, then slowly trotted off, swinging her hams. Mo was in love. Over the next few weeks, Mo was fed lots of special food with minerals and collagen. The pig stuff was working. Little by little, Mo was able to move more easily without pain. It wasn't long until he had his old, familiar, proud stride. Doc watched Mo's improvement with interest, noting changes every day in a diary. Betsy slipped out of her pen and visited Mo often. Mo was so happy he almost forgot about the farm and the barnyard. One day, Doc made the announcement.
Mo, you've been doing very well. The minerals and collagen are working like a charm. It'll be time for me to take you home soon. How'd you like that?
Mo shook his head. He didn't want to leave Betsy. But there was more going on, and no one knew what evil watched from behind the bushes and heard everything that went on between Doc and Mo. One night when Mo was sound asleep, having sweet dreams of Betsy, two creepy strangers entered his pen. Mo's dream was interrupted with a quick and hard jab. That made him angry. Mo started after the intruders. "Hey, this hog's not happy," exclaimed a thief named Alvin. "Well, I'd be upset too if you jabbed me like that while I was asleep. Quick, you distract him while I think of something." "I don't know what, but something," said the other man. "The evil Dr. Dean." "Sure, a half-ton of crazy pig clobbers me while you think of something," Al said, jumping out of Mo's way. Mo went after those sleep-wrecking, no-good characters with everything he had. Come on, Pig, whispered Dr. Dean. You're going with us, whether you like it or not. We have special plans for you. Alvin, grab that diary and lab tests before we leave. Gotcha, Doc. Doc? This wasn't Doc. Mo was confused. There was only one Doc that he knew of. Before he knew what was happening, Mo was being led up a ramp and into a moving van parked behind the hospital. They led him into a cage barely big enough to hold a dog, much less a champion pig. The heavy door slammed shut. I love ham and beans, chuckled the evil Dr. Dean. The evidence will be gone forever. Poor Mo, it was dark in there. The truck took off and the cage slid to the back of the truck. Oh my, oh my. Back at the hospital, the overnight attendant Hank woke up suddenly from a deep sleep. He checked the animals. Mo was gone and his gate was wide open. Oh no! Mo! Mo! Where are you? Hank headed for Betsy's pen, hoping Mo had made a late-night visit. I'm sorry to wake you, little girl. Have you seen Mo? She shook her head and trotted around her pen anxiously. Where's Mo? Where's Mo? Hank made the call to Doc. Doc arrived before you could shake a stick. He stomped through the back door.
Okay, I want some answers. How do you lose an 800-pound pig?
Well, Hank stammered. There was a loud noise, and the next thing I knew, Mo's pen was empty.
Did you check Betsy's pen?
First thing.
This should never have happened. Do you know how important this pig is in my research?
Sorry, Doc. It'll never happen again.
We're going to have to comb the area for clues as best we can in the dark.
They searched the grounds that surrounded the hospital. Mo!
Mo!
Mo! All they heard were the noises of crickets and coyotes.
I hope he's not lost out there. It's plumb dangerous with those coyotes.
Inside the truck, Dr. Dean laughed an evil laugh. Wallach, you would not be quiet, would you? So, you think you can take care of joint problems with your pig stuff, do you? Well, no one will ever know now. I have your diary and your tests. He waved Doc's papers all around the cab as he cackled. You showed him, boss, said Alvin. That veterinarian thinks he's a real physician. He should stick to cats and dogs. This pig stuff is a thorn in my side. My patients have been going to him thinking he can help them with just minerals and collagen. Doesn't he know you get everything you need from the 4 food groups? He's taking money from them and me. That Wallach's trying to ruin me. Can't he make more pig stuff? That's not the point. He lost his prize pig and the hope of getting his pig stuff in the news. Get it? It'll get in the news. Fixing joint problems is big news, especially if you don't have to have surgery or take drugs. The evidence has got to go, gloated Dr. Dean. The truck came to a stop. Mo shivered and closed his eyes, knowing at that moment he needed a lot of luck.
Where do I go from here? How do I see? Darkness surrounds me now. Light has abandoned me. Why am I so unlucky? Life's so unfair. I've got to think of something to get me out of here. Gotta have a little luck, gotta have a little luck, gotta have a little luck right now. Gotta have a little luck, gotta have a little luck, gotta have a little luck right now. Where do I go from here? How do I see? Darkness surrounds me now. Light has abandoned me. Why am I so unlucky? Life's so unfair. I've got to think of something to get me out of here. Gotta have a little luck, gotta have a little luck, gotta have a little luck right now. Gotta have a
Dr. Wallach was determined to find his missing prize pig.
Looks like somebody wanted to get away in a hurry. Look at this, Hank. Fresh tracks, and they're from a heavy vehicle.
Doc turned the flashlight on the tracks and followed them.
They went that way.
Doc and Hank jumped into Doc's truck and took off after the pignappers. Doc called the sheriff on his mobile phone.
Kidnapping a champion pig is a federal offense. Call the FBI. Call the CIA. That pig is worth much more than the Mona Lisa.
Doc, settle down, said the sheriff. It's only a pig. A P-I-G. It's not a child. Besides, how do you know he's been pignapped? Doc heard laughter in the background.
This is a very important pig.
Doc, let us know when you need us for something important, like supper at your place. Ham and beans and cornbread sounds good. Doc was disgusted as he hung up the phone.
They're not going to help with this. It's up to us, Hank. We've got to find that pig.
Meanwhile, Moe's hope for escape was dying. Dr. Dean and Al slid the cage out of the truck and placed it in front of a huge bonfire. Al got busy rigging a spit nearby. "Well, this will be a fine dinner," said Al. "I'm finally getting back at Wallach by hitting him where it hurts most, by getting rid of his research." Yeah, boss. Did you bring the beans?" said Al as he smacked his lips. Moe frantically searched for a way out. They were way out in the middle of nowhere, up against the mountains. The smoke grew thicker and the blaze burned brighter and hotter. The heavy smoke caught the attention of a motorcycle gang out on a joyride. The rough-looking bunch roared off the road and out to the fire. They surrounded the campfire as if they were in an old Western movie, throwing dust and dirt into the air. Moe was helpless as the bikers taunted and teased him. "Planning to keep this luau all to yourselves? I don't think so," said the leader, licking his chops. "We just got a special invitation." One of the bikers opened Moe's cage. "Let's have a little fun first." Moe saw it as his chance to escape and took off, lickety-split. The bikers chased him around and through the fire, laughing while Moe squealed for help. Two very large bikers held Dr. Dean and Al away from the action. At one point, Al actually felt sorry for the pig. He kicked up a distraction, and Moe was able to slip away from the chaos into the quiet of the night. At that very moment, Doc Wallach saw the dust and smoke from the corner of his eye. Something told him to pay attention. He listened.
"Hang on, Hank!"
A sharp right turn sent the truck turning on two wheels, and they charged the mountain with everything they had. Meanwhile, Moe discovered a small cave in the mountain where he could hide out. He couldn't see a thing in the blackness. He backed into a corner where he could feel safe until morning light. A scream broke the silence and scared Moe out of his skin. All 800 pounds jumped straight up off the ground. He had backed into the lair of an old mountain lion. You never heard such a ruckus as was heard that night in that mountain. The sound carried in every direction. Doc heard it, the bikers heard it, Dr. Dean and Al heard it, and they all took off in the direction of the noise. Headlights into the cave from the bikes, the moving van, and Doc's truck revealed a pig and the mountain lion in a standoff. Moe's fighting prowess he learned from piggyhood paid off. He wasn't about to let this old mountain lion get the best of him. The bikers clapped, hollered, and whistled. The lion became a blur as it took off through the crowd, hidden by the noise. Moe stood proud in the spotlight as if he had just won the heavyweight championship. "Man, what a lucky pig!" yelled one of the bikers. Doc pushed his way through the crowd to examine Moe. Seeing that all was okay, he turned to the crowd.
"Who's responsible for this?"
He searched the crowd with his eyes and caught the sight of Dr. Dean cowering behind Al.
"Dean? So this is your doing. Why, I oughta..."
He took off after Dean and landed a few punches to his nose. Hank grabbed Doc and held him back. "Now, Doc, Moe is okay. Let the police take it from here. You could hurt someone."
Well, that's what I intend to do.
Doc went after Dean again, only to find that Dean had been carried off by the bikers and tied up in the bed of the moving van. The bikers were so impressed by Moe's courage and Doc's dedication that they escorted Doc, Hank, and Moe straight to the police station, where they dropped off Al and Dean. Back at the hospital, there was a reunion between Moe and Betsy. Betsy was so happy to see Moe, she skirted his every move. Moe loved that. He felt like a king again. Doc could treat him like a dog, all he wanted, because he would never be angry at Doc again.
Moe, you seem to be happy now that evil Dr. Dean and his buddy will be in the hoosegow for some time, and so you're safe. How would you like to take Betsy home with you? How about you, Betsy? Would you like to live on a farm? You're a great pig nurse, but I think you'd be much happier with Moe. What do you say?
The two pigs looked at each other, then back at Doc. They both nodded and agreed. They nuzzled each other. Doc found his pig stuff diary in the front of the van, along with some research papers he had been reading on different types of colloidal minerals. Moe's joint problems got much better, and Doc gave the pig stuff to his human patients. More and more people came to Doc for help as they told their friends. Many complained that he treated them like dogs, but they didn't mind too much because they got better. Dr. Wallach still calls his formula pig stuff in honor of Lucky Moe, who really was lucky after all.
Lucky Moe woke up one day, he fell right on his bum. He couldn't walk, he couldn't strut, he never felt so dumb. Dr. Wallach came along with minerals and collagen. It wasn't long till Moe was up and running round again, round again. Lucky Moe went from lame to fame now. That's how Dr. Wallach's pig stuff got its name now. Lucky Moe went from lame to fame now. That's how Dr. Wallach's pig stuff got its name. Lucky Moe woke up one day, he fell right on his bum. He couldn't walk, he couldn't strut, he never felt so dumb. Dr. Wallach came along with minerals and collagen. It wasn't long till Moe was up and running round again, round again. Lucky Moe went from lame to fame now. That's how Dr. Wallach's pig stuff got its name now. Lucky Moe went from lame to fame now. That's how Dr. Wallach's pig stuff got its name.